Okay, starting from the Wuji stance, taking a moment to make sure that the body is nicely aligned, back is nice and straight, the feet are shoulder width apart, with the toes pointed straight ahead. Taking a nice deep breath in, and a nice full exhale, breathing nice and deep from the belly. We shall begin our Qigong practice. So the first movement, as we inhale, the arms will slowly float up to about shoulder height. And then exhale as you push the energy back down. Inhaling, imagining the hands are floating up as if on a current of air. Exhaling and pushing the energy down, imagining some invisible resistance. Breathing nice and deep in time with the movements. The shoulders are nice and relaxed. Body is nice and relaxed. We'll do one more. And we'll transition to the next movement. Next movement, as we inhale, the arms rise up as before. This time we open up the chest, gently squeezing the scapula, the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, as we collapse the chest, palms face the earth, and once again push the energy back down. Breathing in nice and deep, one continuous inhale as you open up the chest. And then exhale as you collapse the chest, palms face the earth, and float back down once again. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Breathing nice and deep, focusing on the movements. Let's do one more. And we prepare to transition to the next movement. Next movement, as we inhale, the arms float up, all the way up, rising above the head. And we sink our weight to the right hip, and we present the teacup on the left-hand side. Turning the waist all the way to the right, we present the teacup on the right. Sinking into the hip, extending the hand out as if you're presenting a teacup to a friend. Trying to keep the shoulders nice and loose and relaxed. Let's do one final time on the left-hand side. And then final time on the right. Then we transition to the next move, creating a T with the arms, and as we exhale, the arms can float down. Crossing the wrists, we inhale, the palms facing towards us, hands rise above the head, and a nice deep exhale as we circle the arms down. Crossing and touching the wrists, the palms facing towards us as they rise up above the head, circling the arms. Exhaling as the arms come down. Nice inhale as the hands and the arms float up. Try not to raise the shoulders when the hands come up. Keep the body loose and relaxed and open. Let's do one more. We can transition into the next movement. Next movement, as the arms slowly float up, we inhale to about shoulder height. Right palm floats down by the hip, what's called chamber. And we turn and present the teacup behind us. Full 180-degree stretch. We release. Right palm floats past the ear to hold an energy ball in front. Pushing out with the right palm, left palm floats into chamber. Present the teacup on the left-hand side. Release and hold the energy ball in front. And once again on the right-hand side. Nice full stretch. Really open up the chest and the upper back. Release and hold the energy ball in front. And final time on the left. Just like stretching a long elastic band. Put a nice gentle stretch and then release. Palm can float past the ear. Hold the energy ball in front. One final time on the right hand side. And release. And hold the energy ball in front. Palms float down towards the earth. As we transition to the next movement. Inhaling, circling the arms up above the head. Nice deep exhale. Palms slowly float down, circling the arms. Nice deep inhale as the arms come up. Try not to raise the shoulders. And again exhale, imagine some invisible resistance as the palms float down. Arms float up as if on a current of air. Nice deep exhale as the palms float down. Let's do one more. We get ready to transition to the next movement. We're going to turn our waist to the left, taking the right hand, and present the teacup on the left-hand side. Turning the waist a full 90 degrees to the right, we'll present the teacup on the right-hand side. Nice deep inhale as the palm floats up, and exhale as the palm comes down. The opposing hand can sway behind the back to give you a sense of counterbalance. And just slightly extend your reach out, just as if you're offering a cup of tea to a friend, standing directly beside you. Let's do it once more on the left-hand side. And final time on the right. Next movement, as we come back to center, we're going to imagine holding a big round moon. The palms of our hands facing towards us. Grab this moon and we're going to toss the moon over the left shoulder. Way up high, as if we're tossing the moon into the sun way off behind us. Coming back to center, grab another moon, toss this one over the right shoulder. One hand extending way off behind us, and the other pointed towards the armpit. Really giving the waist a good turn. All the motion is really dictated through the twisting of the waist, keeping the upper torso nice and loose and relaxed with a nice round shape with the arms. Using the waist to swing or sling the moon across the shoulder. Let's do once more on the left shoulder. And final time over the right shoulder. Next movement, as we come back to center, you can take the right palm and push the right palm into the left corner of the room. Both palms float into chamber, sinking into the right hip, left palm pushes into the right corner of the room. Again, palms float into chamber. Keeping the arms and the shoulders nice and loose and relaxed. We slowly push the palm into the corner of the room. Being mindful to keep a nice gentle curve or arc up the arm and really sinking into the hips. Let's do once more. Final time on the right. Next movement. So we come back to center, we imagine hugging a tree. So we slowly turn the waist from side to side. One palm floating in front of the throat and the other in front of the danchan, or the belly area. And simply turning our waist from side to side, alternating hand positions when we reach the side. Keeping everything aligned with the core, the center of the body. Shoulders are nice and loose and relaxed. Arms loose and relaxed. Nice gentle arc, as if you're hugging or holding a tree in front. Slowly turning the waist from side to side. One final turn as we turn to the left. And then final turn to the right. We move on to the next movement. Taking the left foot, we extend it out on a 45-degree angle. Turn and square hips to the left. Leaning forward on a 45, we scoop up, crossing the wrists, rising them up above our head. We open up the arms and sink into the right hip. Slowly bending forward, scooping up some energy, opening up the arms and sinking into the right hip. Leaning forward on the 45. Keeping the shoulders nice and loose and relaxed. Really pouring yourself into the hip as you sink down into the right hip. Then pour yourself into the left foot as you lean slightly forward on the 45. So we transition to the next movement. This time when we sink into the right hip, both palms slowly float down. Left foot rises up. Turn in square hips to the left, and this time we're pushing the energy out. Coming back to center, we sink into the right hip, and palms gently float down. The thumbs pointed towards one another, in line with the heart. Heart-thumb connection. And slowly rocking back and forth as we push the energy out. We sink into the right hip, left foot can rise up. As we push the energy to the left, the right heel rises up. So gently rocking back and forth, sinking, extending, pushing the energy out.
So how long did you end up living in Brisbane for? I was gonna say.
And we'll do one more. We transition to the next movement. This time when we sink into the right hip, we open up the arms and the chest. Squaring the hips to the left. Now going to gather, pull some energy towards our heart center, and then sink and open up the arms and the chest once again.
Well, I hope you continue to feel better, Donna.
Oh, yeah, this is a lot.
Yeah.
And we'll do one final time as we transition to the next movement. Taking the right hand, it slowly floats across. We retract the left foot back into a shoulder width stance, and then fists come into chamber. Nice and loose and relaxed. Starting with the left, we slowly punch forward, rotating, spiraling the fist out, and then recoiling, coming back into chamber. Right fist spirals forward, and comes back into chamber. Shoulders are nice and loose and relaxed. Fists are loosely clenched. Again, imagining some invisible resistance as we push or punch forward, and then coming back and retracting back into chamber. We'll do one final time on the left-hand side. And final time on the right. Next movement, releasing the arms to come loosely by the sides. We inhale, arms float up to about shoulder height, rise up on the tippy toes, and then slowly lower ourselves down as we compress or push the palms together. Inhaling, once again rising up on the tippy toes, and then slowly descending down, pushing the palms together. Shoulders are nice and loose and relaxed. Try not to raise the shoulders as the arms come up. And push or squeeze the palms together. Inhaling as the arms float up. A nice deep exhale as the palms come back down together. And one final time. As we transition to the next move, bending over, we'll grab a big energy moon, creating a nice round shape with the arms, trying to keep the legs nice and straight. Pick up the moon and come up the left-hand side. Carry the moon up across the shoulders and then down the right-hand side. And keep that nice round shape with the arms. Carry the moon. A nice continuous circle, gently arcing the back as you carry it across the shoulders. Exhaling down the right. Inhaling as you come up the left-hand side. We do 3 rotations on each side. So now when we come back to center, we will reverse direction and then carry the moon up the right-hand side. Inhaling up the right. And again, carry it across the shoulders and then exhale down the left-hand side this time. One final time. Always trying to keep that nice round shape with the arms. This time when we reach the center, we're going to go nice and loose and relaxed. And then slowly, very gently, slowly rise up and ragdoll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. And very mindful and careful with your back. Slowly rising up. To make any adjustments to your clothing. We proceed to the next movement. As we rise the left hand up, so does the opposing knee. Rising and falling in unison, as if the palm is connected with an invisible string to the opposing foot or the opposing knee, just like a puppet or a marionette, rising and falling in unison. Helping with balance and coordination, helping to root and ground the body to the earth. Also stimulating the Qigong points in the palms of the hands and the bubbling springs in the soles of the feet as well. Let's do one final time on the left. And final time on the right. Coming back into Wuji. The next and final movement is we inhale, arms come up. Gather universal energy. The palms slowly sinking down. Feel it course through the crown of your head. Visualize it coursing through your entire body and return it back into earth, deep within the mother. Inhale, nice and deep. Arms rising up. And again, send the energy through the body, through the crown, all the way through your being, back down into Mother Earth. And once again, breathing nice and deep. Nice full exhales. The palms push the energy down. Let's do it one final time. The palms coming to rest, facing towards the Danchan area. The body nice and loose and relaxed, shoulders nice and relaxed. Just take a moment to let the energy settle. It circulates through the meridians. And take a moment to put the palms together and form an energy or a chi ball in the palms of your hands, and see if you can connect with that energy. You may feel some tingling sensations. You may feel some heat, or perhaps some coolness, perhaps some magnetism. Different sensations in the palms of your hands. Culmination of the yin and the yang energies that we've been working with during our Qigong manifest in the palms of your hands. And this is the energy that we've been using and working with to course through our meridians and through our body to help stimulate healing, to remove blockages, become very present with our very being, who and what we are. Becoming familiar with this energy is vital in our Qigong practice, becoming more aware and sensitive to our body and the energies within us allow us to be very present and allow us to heal. So as we've begun our Qigong practice with opening the body, we need to close the body as well. We need to return the energies back into the vessels in which they came. We do so by placing the palms one on top of another. For women, the left palm will go on top of the right, and for men, the right palm will go on top of the left. Both palms lined up and gently placed on the belly, just below the belly button. This Danchan area is host to one of three energy centers within the body. The lower one, the Danchan, is host to where we store Qi energy, the energies that we've been working with during our Qigong practice. So placing the palms on top of the Danchan helps to redirect the energy to go back inside the container in whence it came. So using our breath and our intention, we breathe in nice and deep for the next few minutes. Just imagine pulling in the breath as well as the energies into the Danchan. Breathing nice and deep, imagine pulling the energy back inside. We often use the analogy of a red fiery energy ball located inside the belly. Just like the bellows of a fire, heavy breath you take in, the ball will get a little bit larger, a bit brighter, feeding the flames as you breathe in the energy back into your being. After standing in this nice relaxed posture for a few minutes, we need to then close the meridians or close the body. We do so by doing counterclockwise circles, slowly radiating out from the belly area in wider and wider circles. This helps to ground all the yin energies within us. Wider and wider circles. And then we can reverse and then slowly start to spiral into smaller and smaller circles this time, spiraling back inward to ground all the yang energies within us. And we can ground the Lagwang points in the palms of the hands by doing clockwise rotations or gently rubbing the palms together in clockwise fashion to ground and close the chakras or the Lagwang points in the palms. And we can gently rub the face, the sides of the head and the neck as well to ground the meridians in these areas. And then we can ground the head by doing what's called tiger claw. And do claws and gently rub the scalp and the top of the head the byway as well to ground the meridians in these areas. And then we can ground the inner aura or the wave field by lightly tapping the body, starting with the arms. And then do the front of the body all the way down, making sure to do the sides of the feet as well, and up the back of the legs. Nice light tap, working your way up to the kidneys and the adrenals and give them a nice rub, about 5 or 6 times, both in a clockwise and a counterclockwise direction. And we can shake off any static energies and then bring the feet together. Nice deep inhale. So we salute Father Sky. Exhale into a namaste. Namaste. The palms can slowly float down to the sides, coming to rest back into a place of